So we're getting ready to start. David Young will start to serve. Right now we've got a couple of baseliners, very unusual. Somebody's got to come up to the net. David tries to come up to the net, but hits the ball into the net, so it's a side out. Stan Johnson is starting to serve. He likes to be called Stan the Man. Looks like there was, may have caught the line, but not quite sure. It's called out, so it's a side out. Inside out forehand to the backhand. There's a spot, but he's able to get to it and put that ball down on the backhand side for a winner. Nice passing shot by David Young. We're still at 0. Side out, score is 0-1. Yep. David's having his way right now because he's getting up to the net. He's getting up to the net, and Stan is determined to stay back and just try to pass him. Right now, David's able to cover the court too well in order to keep the advantage. That's a nice shot, and he forces the ball long, so it is side out, and the score is 0-1. Forehand down the line, another forehand inside out. There's a backhand. He goes to the backhand, and he's able to slide that in. David just did a nice backhand down the line passing shot for a winner. Oh, that's a nice penetrating forehand. Nice ground stroke, deep, forces an error, and we're still at 0-1. Right now it's an evenly fought match. Stan serves the ball, he goes deep to the backhand. Now he comes in, goes behind him, but David answers, and he had an opportunity, Stan, but he had a floater and he ended up missing a easy put-away volley. He runs around his backhand, hits his forehand, a little slow getting to that ball. If you're going to run around your forehand, folks, you got to have some pretty good footwork because you're opening up a lot of court in order to run around that backhand. And even though we've got a small court in pickleball, you still got to have some leg speed. These guys are all seniors. They're over 50, so fitness comes into play here. Right now they're playing the center of the court. Both guys are kind of staying back at the baseline, hitting the ball. But we were getting an error on Stan, so the score's 3-0 with David in the lead. Stan had an opportunity to just do a nice little touch volley, but he pushed it wide. So we're at 4-0 right now. He runs around his backhand again, but now he should be in position. Oh, he just pushed that volley long. Score's 5-0. David is up. David Young against Stan Johnson. Both guys deciding to stay back. They're waiting for a short ball, so maybe they can come up. But David hits the ball just wide. So it's a side out. Side out, and Stan needs to get up on the board here and see if he can get some momentum going. Right now it's 0-5. He's playing well. Got to get on the board here, though. Serves to the backhand side, which is always good. Comes up. There we go. He's got a overhead. Not able to put it away. Does another lob. Oh! Finally, he's up on the board. Couple of lobs in that exchange, and those seem to work pretty well. Let's see if we end up seeing them use the lob a little bit more since that one worked. Like I thought, another lob, but it's short, and David's able to easily put that one away. So we're at 5-1 in our match. Semifinal round. David Young versus Stan Johnson. And he hits the net, but not able to roll over. So right now we have a side out, and the score is 1-5, Stan serving. That was actually an illegal serve, and if we had a ref, the ref would hopefully call that, because he made contact with the ball above his navel. His paddle was above his wrist. He broke 2 rules of serving in pickleball. We got an error and another side out. Well, he had his paddle down that time, so that serve was okay. So the rules in pickleball regarding the serve is that you've got to have the paddle below your wrist, you've got to make contact below your navel, and you've got to hit the ball in an upward motion while staying behind the baseline. Those are the basic rules of serving, and then you got to serve cross court, just like you would in tennis, but it's an underhand serve. It's not an overhead serve, which is one of the reasons why a lot of tennis players that might have injured shoulders are attracted to this game, because they can come back and be competitive and play a great game here with a great sport like pickleball. So David was hustling really quick on that last exchange. It was a great point, able to get to 6 and change sides. So that's a deep return, and had to stretch to do that volley. Wasn't quite able to get in position, and as a result made an error, and the ball goes back to Stan. So the score is 2-6 right now. Serve, return, he runs around his backhand. It's a nice deep return. He should be in position to do a nice volley, but David answers and goes to the open court. Stan's had a couple of opportunities, but his volleys have just been kind of floaters, and it's given David an opportunity to get to him. If he would have had a little bit more penetration and a little more punch on it, David wouldn't have been able to get to it. Oh, too bad. David opened up the court by going deep to the backhand, had an easy opportunity to do a forehand ground stroke to the open court, but just pushed it long. So we're still at 2-6. Return to the middle of the court. Again, they're elected to stay back and just do some ground strokes. Now David comes up, but he pushes the ball wide, and it's a point for Stan. That's his first point in a while, so he's feeling pretty good now. He's finally got off 2. Scores 3-6. And he's got another unforced error, and that's how quickly it can happen, folks. You're down a few points, and it's not looking too good, and all of a sudden 2 quick unforced errors on Dave's part, and the score is now 4-6. Let's see if he can keep it going. He runs around his backhand again. David does a backhand shot to the open court, goes back to the backhand side, and creates an unforced error for Stan, because Stan keeps electing to run around the backhand. Obviously, that backhand is not a confident shot for him. He's feeling a little tentative on that, so he's always running around the backhand. Run around the backhand, you're exposing a backhand down the line. Let's see if David goes for it. There it is. He goes for down the line shot, but it wasn't quite over far enough to be able to get the winner. So we're at side out again, and the score is 4-6, Stan serving to Dave. That's a point. So the return went long, so we're at 5-6 right now, and Stan is getting back into this game. There's Stan gets up to the net, but doesn't do enough with it, and David easily makes a passing shot on the forehand side. So that's a side out, and we got a tight match right now. It's 6-5. David is serving, and David is up. That's David Young. Couple ground strokes to the middle. There goes a nice deep shot to the backhand. Oh, that's a nice exchange. And finally, Stan makes a nice punch volley to the open court, and David isn't able to get to that ball and do much with it. It's 5-6. It's a nice shot. That's a nice shot. He was able to get to that nice dink and push a nice backhand down the line for the winner. 6-5 is the score. Return to the backhand. Another backhand. Another backhand. Now he comes up to the net. Oh, that's a good shot. He went behind him for the volley winner. And now we are at 6-6. Oh, excuse me, it's 5-6. It was a side out. David throws up the lob, and it's good enough to force an error. Stan was able to get the paddle on the lob, but he missed the overhead. David finally got off 6, and it is now 7-5. David Young is serving. 7-5. We are at the English Open semifinals, 4.0 skill level, men's singles. That ball's going to sail long. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there. Throw up a lob was a last-ditch effort. Looked like he was out of position to hit a ground stroke, so he just decided to do a defensive lob, but it sailed long. Nice cross-court backhand. Forehand down the line. Cross-court. And it's a backhand cross-court passing shot attempt that goes into the net for a side out. Score is 5-8. Stan is serving. Nice deep return. Forehand cross court. That forehand goes long, so we are again at side out. 8-5. David Young is serving and in the lead. Forehand cross court. Another forehand cross court. He elects to go down the line. A lob that he's able to get his paddle on, not for a smash, but to put the ball back into the open court and for the winner. So we are at 9-5 right now. 9-5. David Young is in control of this match. 2 points to finish it off. 9-5. Looks like it was a do-over. Stan wasn't quite ready. Cross court down the line, backhand cross court, forehand down the line. David gets up to the net quickly and does a nice touch volley. Stan's able to get to it, but couldn't do much with it. Was off the court, and all David had to do is put the ball into the open court. So we're at match point right now. David Young, Stan the man, and let's see if he can finish this game off. That ball sails wide, so that's the end of the match. It was a good one. That was a semifinal round. David Young goes into the finals at the 4.0 skill level, 50 plus. So David Young is your winner moving into the finals.